Hello and welcome to Frozen Synapse Live number 22. Today I and Nietzsche will be covering a bunch of Wonder Heroes matches. For those who don't know, Wonder Hero is currently the number 2 ranked player on the whole UK1 server, and he is one of the best players in the community. And he and Jeffers will soon be competing against each other in the finals of one of the DGLs. With me today is Nietzsche. Hello, Nietzsche.
Hey, Meneth, and I just wanted to correct you. Wonder Hero is currently number 1.
Ah, he's taken him over again, huh?
Yeah. Apparently, Jeff has had some poor play against our good friend Sinrath.
Always blame Sinrath.
dropped two games in their best of 3 series, and I imagine that probably along with some other recent losses has knocked him down. But thankfully we are getting 2 different matches between Wonder Hero and Jeffus. Both are going on right now. They're currently in the finals of DGL 12 and in the I don't know, one of the early rounds of this season, this season's DGLs. So we'll be looking forward to some good games between our top 2 players at the moment.
Yeah, and first up we've got a match between Wonder Hero and Sir Freeman, or however you're supposed to pronounce that.
Yeah. We haven't looked at any of Mr. Freeman's games yet, have we?
I think we viewed one maybe at some point.
Yeah,
but I'm not
sure. He's not somebody that he's unfortunately one of those players that doesn't show up in IRC so often. But obviously he's a really great player. He's really highly ranked on the ladder, and you know, he's doing all the right things, playing all the right people, playing in DGL, so it'll be nice to have a look at one of his games.
Yep.
And of course, his opponent is Wonder Hero, who is fantastic. I have never actually played Wonder Hero. I prepared to play against him once, and then I believe he ended up not winning against a player that I had thought he was going to win against, and so I didn't end up facing Wonder Hero. But yeah, excited to be looking at a bunch of his games today. He's really, really good.
I've been up against him twice, I think, in the DGLs. He knocked me out both times, so that's the overall experience I've had with Wonder Hero. Really, he's really good player. I beat him in some of the matches, but of the 6 matches I think he won 4. Yeah, something like that.
Now, with you having played both Jeffus and Wonder Hero, are there any noticeable differences between their play, that, or anything that you've noticed that separates the 2?
There are of course differences, but they're not that easily noticeable. I mean, it's very obvious. Both think through their plans a lot, but I think Jeffus is the riskier of the 2 players.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's been my impression as well. Of course, I've only had the opportunity to look at a lot of Wonder Hero's games, but never actually play him. So, but that's definitely my impression, that Jeffus is likes going into very complicated play as soon as possible, whereas Wonder Hero is a bit more of your solid positional strategic player than Jeffus is. But of course, I'm sure he's willing to mix it up whenever he gets the opportunity.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't we look at our first game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's, as you can see, it's a secure match, 2 versus 2, with Sir Freeman having the advantage of a shotgunner. It's usually a big advantage, but there's not all that much walls in this match, so it's definitely circumstantial here.
Yeah, and this is a dark secure game, a mode that we don't often cover in DG or in Frozen Synapse Live, just because dark secure is not played in the DGL tournaments. Do you have anything to say about the mode, or
No,
I don't know,
not
we
really
get
all
right
that much. We've mentioned it many times before, so
yeah. Well, a lot of newer players are here. But anyway, why don't we just get right into the game?
Yeah. Some interesting move there by Sar Freeman. He's going, well, somewhat defensively, but also a bit aggressively with his shotgunner, and it now covers the top there, so it's now impossible for Wonder Hero to get past there. And since it's dark, I don't think Wonder Hero knows where that shotgunner is.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Now, a good thing to point out is that Wonder Hero is playing against the possibility of the shotgun trying to get a quick kill in that room there by leaving two machine gunners together in that room.
Oh, there's 3 units on each team. I thought there were only 2, as I couldn't see more than that. That's one of the problems with stacking, where it's really hard to tell numbers and similar.
Yeah. But this is a common way to fight against a shotgun. Generally, you're more than willing to trade 1 MG for a shotgun, and stacking 2 MGs is a pretty reliable way of ensuring that any engagement with the shotgun will be a trade. Now, there are ways of taking out 2 stacked units with a shotgun in a situation like this by abusing the line of sight with the wall, using a very complicated command line with focus orders. But that's something that really needs to be scouted if you want it to work. If you want it to work, you need to have the proper information in order to make that kind of command chain work.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. But it's not all that complicated as long as you know exactly where the opponent is. Because what you basically do is, for example, in this situation here, this shotgunner could move down here and have one of the 2 MGs on ignore, just peek around the corner, kill one, go back, remove the ignore order, and peek around again and kill the other.
Right, but this would assume that he would know which MGs are in there.
Yeah.
Because there is an extra unit, and
yeah, but it would also be possible to do the same thing, except
I guess
with
it would.
2 ignore orders or focus orders. So, but it requires knowledge of where the units actually are, and that's really what makes that kind of thing hard to pull off.
Exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that from SER Freeman. I'm pretty sure he'd be aware of that kind of tactic and how it works, so we could be on a watch for that. But overall, I'd say both players have really fairly ideal positions, and I would like to see. I'm very concerned for Wonder Hero's units that are in that room, but this does look to be a pretty long game, so
yeah,
I imagine he moves eventually.
Yeah. So let's see. He doesn't move the units during turn 2, but he does do some scouting with his MG. So he, while Sar Freeman on the other hand stands completely still. Seldom a good idea, since then if your opponent has scouted you, he has the leisure of having every single prediction come true.
Right. I don't think it's necessarily a bad play there on turn 2, though.
Well, it's not much of a problem here, but he should still move at least slightly. as even a small movement can often throw the metaphorical spanner into the gears of someone's
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. Anyway, let's just move right into, I believe we're on turn 3.
Yep. Still no movement on Sar Freeman's part, and by this point it's becoming a really bad idea as Wonder is having plenty of time to think of potential solutions and similar, and since he's scouted that formation, he knows that it's somewhat likely that Sar Freeman will just continue standing still.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to figure that he's probably has had, by process of elimination, he knows where the shotgunner is roughly.
Yeah.
I would say so. So we'll see what. Let's just go into turn 4 and see what happens. Okay, so we start to get some movement from. Oh wow!
And a nice flanking maneuver
Very
there.
nice play. Yeah.
And see, that's the danger of just standing still. Had he moved very slightly, the angle wouldn't have been quite right for that.
Yeah.
And that flanking maneuver would have been impossible.
Yeah, exactly. So really, just really nice play there from Wonder Hero, and it really, you can tell he really is, that turn, he really abused the fact that he felt like my opponent is not going to move, and so, while doing what he did, especially moving those units out of the room and all that, might look a little risky. He relies on the fact that he he guesses that his opponent's not going to move.
Oh, and the blue guy has apparently won the bid against you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a... Well, anyway. Nothing. Lazuli and I, we and Shrike and Kazard just started a new a light charge tournament last night, and we had a good time last night talking about philosophy. And then my computer randomly crashed, and it was late, and so I just decided, fuck it, I'm not gonna try and get back on and say bye to everyone. So, Lazuli, if you're listening, well, you should be. Lazuli,
Just
go
call him that blue guy.
us. If you're listening, watch the stream. We're covering Wonder Heroes games. Well, I like talking to somebody that's not even there. Anyway,
Because you're crazy.
so
okay.
why don't we get back to the game?
Yeah. And now finally Sir Freeman does move as well. That's bad luck on Wonder Hero's part there, losing both of the top 2 MGs to that shotgunner.
Yeah, and if you zoom in, you can see he made a mistake. He made a mistake. He should have had both units aiming towards the shotgun.
Yeah, but the
And
shotgunner could have come from the bottom instead as well.
That's true. But, I mean, there you figure, you have to, I mean, in that situation, I think you have to take the risk and look both your units one way, because either way he comes, he's gonna get both. It's not like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to make the play, you have to sort of, I don't know, be more all in, or as far as your read on the situation is concerned. Anyway, why don't we look at turn 6 and see how Wonder Hero is going to play this, because there is quite a few more turns left in this game.
Yep. He manages to move right up to Freeman's remaining MG, so that's a pretty nice move. And let's just watch turn 7.
Okay.
He almost takes out the shotgun.
Yeah, and you can see this is the kind of thing that really separates the very best at this game from the people who are just really good. Um, you can see immediately after that engagement finishes, has his unit moving to the left there. These are the kinds of like little things that just advance your plans that much more and make you just a little bit more hard to predict. And I don't know, it's just really nice play there from Wonder Hero. That's the kind of stuff that you really have to, I don't know, figure out. It takes, that's the stuff that makes you take a half hour on a turn. Someone's asking to play turn 7 again.
I did.
Okay. The stream is lagged a little bit behind. Anyway, so why don't we go into turn 8, see what happens.
A really nice move by Wonder Hero there. Just walks right past and gets him from behind.
Yeah, very nice. It's like risky play from Wonder Hero. Well, I don't even know how risky that is. It's just really nice play there. He even... That's so strange. When he looks through the window... I see. When he looks through the window, he must be ignoring the MG and looking for the shotgun.
No, he knows where the shotgun is.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
weird, though.
he didn't know exactly where the MG was, I think. So he had a bunch of focus orders and similar, I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He probably had that zone in front of the window ignored.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
some other place focused.
Good call, yeah. So
it looks to me like he had the area right under the MG focused, because then he'd have the cover advantage and thus he'd won even while moving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. I see where you're talking about. That's that box to the right side of the building. So Wonder Hero's done a really nice job fighting back, and now I mean, he's still at a very difficult position, just because that shotgun does such a nice job controlling that bid area. So why don't we just look at turn 9 and see what's going on.
Yeah, he does some maneuvering, so it's now very hard for Freeman to know where Wonder Hero's unit is.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think though about that move on Freeman's part?
Well, it's a nice way of slowing your opponent down.
Yeah, but it looks like he just... I don't know. I almost favor them. I kind of favor the more aggressive play there. He could have taken. He could have. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's probably a difficult move to make, to actually send the shotgun down, anticipating where the MG is going to be moving to. But why don't we just go right into turn 10 and see how this game finishes, as I imagine it does here soon.
And see, he now does the same tactic, and it nicely slows Wonder Hero down. And there are only 2 more turns remaining, so let's just watch turn 11. And he gets the kill.
I know what happened there. He thought that... I mean, I don't know why he thought this, but for some reason... No, actually, I know why he thought it, because there's only 2 turns left in the game. Because there was only 2 turns left in the game, Freeman knew that Wonder Hero had to try for the bid area. So what he did was to continue that back and forth tactic until the MG would be close enough, and then he'd just get the kill.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Wonder Hero should have gotten the win there, as it wasn't the last turn yet. Maybe Dark secures slightly other rules. I'm not sure. Well, let's just watch, and yeah, he manages to get the line on time and thus wins the match.
Yeah.
So, very nice play there on, well, both players' part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's go on to the next match, which is against Jeffis.
Oh, nice. A disputed game, my favorite.
Yeah, and with balanced teams for once, and a whole lot of cover all over the place.
Yep.
You wrote Dev Gaming wrong, so that link won't work.
Oh, shoot. I'll do it right now. Okay.
Dev Agming TV.
So for the longest time, I was just typing wrong. So I recently have been working on my typing, and it's gotten a lot better. But my errors have gone way up. Like I was it's like typing in the most ridiculous way ever in the world.
Which
I was
is
like,
how?
well, I would never use the same finger twice. And it's just something I don't know how I picked up these habits, but it just happened, sort of like early on when I started typing. I don't know. I think it's not the two finger system. I was using all five fingers. I mean, my pinky's less than everybody else, than all my other fingers. But I was using all the fingers. I just was never using the same one twice, and so my hands were kind of like drifting all over the keyboard. But I just learned to do it that way.
I mean, my hands go all over the keyboard as well, but if it's within easy reach, I'll use the same finger twice or even more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. But I've gotten it better, guys. My typing has vastly improved, although my errors are a little bit worse. Anyway, we'll get back to the games here. Jeffis vs. Wonder Hero disputed match. I gotta say I like Wonder Hero's position a little bit better here, just because he has the more natural access to the center, because he can. Well, he just has all that open area that he just immediately controls because of his position, whereas Jeffis spawns alongside a lot of buildings, so he'll have to Jeffis will have to engage into an area that Wonder Hero already controls.
Yeah. So this should be interesting, so
yeah.
Let's just watch the first turn out. I'm not sure if I like Wonder Hero's sniper position, but I don't see any real problems with it either. I mean,
the only thing... Go ahead.
It won't be useful for actually grabbing any boxes, but then again, snipers very seldom are.
Yeah, it covers everything from there. At the same time, though, I don't know if I like the play. I'd rather see the sniper behind cover, just because there is another sniper on the board, and Jeff is just so crafty with those distraction tactics and everything. I don't know. Personally, I would rather have seen a more conservative move with the sniper. Just put it behind some cover, probably along that right flank. Anyway, why don't we look at turn 2?
Yep. And Wonder Hero has nice control over the center now. And the firefight has started along the top, but Wonder Hero is engaged with the shotgunner, not the MG, so he'll have to move so as to not die.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little odd that Jeffis decides to use his shotgunner there, and here it's as if he is using it specifically for a distraction. I'm not really sure I like this play, as now Wonder Hero knows that his shotgun is safe to roam around in the center buildings, while Jeffis' shotgun can sort of easily be zoned out by the sniper and
Jeffis' shotgunner can easily get over to the center, as it's a very short distance to run. So
yeah, but Wonder Hero gets in those buildings first.
Yeah.
With the shotgun. So I mean, I don't know. That's just what I see here. It's possible that the actual tactics work out differently, but why don't we just look at turn 3? And yeah, you see he goes right for that really nice space in the top center building. And you can see here, too, that none of Jeffis's more tactical tries have worked, and now Wonder Hero has a huge space advantage.
Yeah.
And that's going into turn 4, so Jeffis really needs to do something here very quickly in order to, try and fight back. He does have the numerical advantage on the shotgun, though, on Wonder Hero's number 3 shotgun. So, I don't know. It'll be funny. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Why don't we look at turn 4?
Yep. And Jeffis moves a bit forward, making it a bit better for himself, but he's really unlucky with those box spawns, with 4 of them spawning over in Wonder Hero's area.
Yeah, but what area? I mean, if I don't know. Personally,
4
I
of
feel
the
like
boxes are to the right of the center, so that's some really unlucky box spawns. Even with better control of the center, those box spawns would have been bad for Jeffis.
Yeah, possibly. But at the same time, I don't know. I just think, I honestly just feel like Wonder Hero played a really solid positional game here. And
yeah, he did that as
more
well.
Space
He did that as well, but the box spawns are definitely to his advantage.
Yeah, I think even if they were, even if they were more to, more towards Jeff's side, I mean, I don't see any disputed map like putting enough boxes on Jeff's side such that he would actually, the game would even be equal at this point.
Yeah, but if you flip the current configuration, then 2 boxes would be within Jeff's reach instead of just 1. So
that's true. Yeah, it is definitely unlucky. I agree. I just want to sort of hammer into the point that
Wonder Hero did some great positioning, definitely. But the boxes weren't exactly bad for him, to say it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough, Meneth. I think we both agree on this.
So let's just watch turn 5 then.
It's Wonder Hero Day, man. I gotta give him as much props as I can. He deserves it. Anyway, let's watch turn 5. Oh goodness! And Jeffis.
What I find funny is that the sniper's still there and alive.
It won't be for very long. Just out of range of the shotgun.
No, it's not out of range. It was on ignore.
Yeah, it was on ignore. And you probably actually saw some really smart. I don't know. We can't see the red player's command chain, but I'm guessing we might have seen some. I don't know. Actually, he probably just. Actually, looks like Jeffis timed the entrance into that room way wrong. If you zoom in on that and look, I think the shotgun goes in first, and I don't know. I mean, I think he didn't know that Wonder Hero was there.
Yeah, but he could have timed that better. Had the MG been in there slightly quicker, it would probably have been an MG shotgun trade instead.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. I'm surprised that happened. I don't think Jeffis would make that kind of mistake.
You did see his mistakes against me, remember?
Yeah, that's true. But it's just that kind. I mean, those were just those huge oversights that, you know what I mean? It's like when you're actually into planning a turn, and and your purpose is, okay, I think there's a shotgunner in there. I have to run the decoy in first and all that. Like you don't screw that up if you know what you're doing. I don't know. It's just a little odd. It's just a little odd to me. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Wonder Hero just completely won the match, as the sniper is dead now too. I
Yeah,
believe
but so is Wonder Hero Sniper. But that unit didn't really matter much, so.
Okay.
And yeah, victory to Wonder Hero. A nice 90-point win there.
Yeah, very nice.
So let's go on to the next match. This is a match he finished very recently, and it's against Hi There.
Alright, hi there. One of my favorite IRC people. It's unfortunate it doesn't seem like he's around, but he's just always sort of fun to have around. So
It's
anyway,
a bit silly though.
Yeah, of course he's a bit silly. He's like just a talkative, nice,
Yeah.
well-mannered person. Anyway, it looks like we have Wonder Hero has, it says a small disputed map. I mean, it is 3-on-3. But it looks like Wonder Hero does have the grenade, which is just always nice to have.
Yeah.
So why don't we look at turn 1? And we just see some nice positioning. Now, I noticed that this ends on turn 2.
Yeah, that's a bit strange, so let's just see.
I'm guessing I know how it ends. Oh, poor Hi there. Oh, he wasn't he wasn't thinking far enough ahead there. But nicely placed grenade from Wonder Hero. It wins him the game right there on turn 2. Really rare to see that in a disputed game, especially since they are all cross spawns. So why don't we just move into the next game?
Yeah. And the next 3 are some games from DGL, I think. I have no idea who Fadish is.
Yeah, are these newer games?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a very recent game.
How many of the new players are joining these tournaments? I'm just curious. Have you seen?
I don't have any statistics on it, but quite a few actually.
Yeah, we do have quite a few like pretty really strong up and coming players that have been in like have it appeared in chat, or are starting to become regulars, which is absolutely awesome. And it's really exciting to see some new talent being sort of brought into the game. Maybe we'll start to see these. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to track these guys on, as they improve in the game, and see how high up they can go. So. Yeah. That's really exciting. Props to anyone who's listening right now and is working on trying to get good at this game. It's a very rewarding game to get good at. And it's also fun. It has a really nice competitive community. Anyway, this charge map seems to me pretty even. Wonder Hero does have a shotgun, but there's a lot of open space, and Fadish does have the grenade, which is quite good at keeping out a shotgun.
Yeah.
And so Wonder Hero also has bid fairly aggressively.
Yeah, and so did Fadish.
Yes, yeah, they both did.
Let's just watch how it goes then. Wonder Hero is keeping his units very concentrated, but not that strange considering the map layout here.
Yeah, not at all. Because Fadish could have left one of his MGs at that block of cover in the bottom there, proceeding through the middle of the map is really quite difficult. And it looks like, yeah, there are no outlets at that bottom area. So, I mean, you could coordinate an attack on the bid line from the bottom of the map, using the cover at the windows and everything, but this is just quite a bit, I don't know, quite a bit easier. Or, not easier, it's just another strategy, I guess.
Yep.
Anyway, why don't we look at turn 2?
Some grenade action up there, not actually killing anything, as Fadish is playing pretty defensively on the upper part there. He has got a nice position on the bottom there, but he is quite vulnerable to grenades down there.
Yeah, but this is really pretty smart from Fadish. Basically, he's got his MG3 down here at the bottom, and that's going to nab any unit trying to run across into the room at the top there, and he's got his number 1 covering the other entrance. At the same time, a well-placed grenade could definitely play a big factor here. So, why don't we look at turn 3?
Yep. And yeah, as expected, grenades.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. You know, he really could have done the same thing, you know, from that little whatever 90-degree wall outcropping on the bottom right side of the map. Put his MG at that window there, and it would have performed basically the same task.
It would still be vulnerable to grenades, but not quite as much.
Yeah, not quite as much, because the distance is considerably further. So, a really nice plan from Fadish, perhaps poorly executed, but anyway, why don't we look at turn 4, because now the game is... There's so many more vulnerabilities with that MG gone, so this should be pretty easy for Wonder Hero. And I'm already looking at turn 5.
Yeah, let's just do that. And yeah, he gets to the line, still vulnerable to grenades though.
And he even goes in for the kill on turn 6, just to make the game a little bit prettier. Didn't need to do that whatsoever, but...
And that last grenade there was a bit pointless, as it didn't actually explode.
Yeah.
I mean, had it actually exploded, it would have killed Wonder Hero's grenade launcher, so...
Yeah.
Nice moves there by Wonder Hero. No, that's the wrong match, sorry. There. And then there's their secure game. Wonder Hero does a huge build there, occupying almost 1/4 of the entire game area.
You know, these are the kind of bids that we always... I don't know, personally, I always criticize.
Yeah, but here there's not really any huge disadvantages.
Yeah, it's just that perhaps not. I mean, you can see Fadish is level 13, so the kind of subtleties of playing against such a large bid might be not quite there yet for him. But there are a number of ways of challenging a large open bid like this, which is a common strategy in Secure. You have these, you know, if you have long-range units, you make a very large open bid, and you know, you use your ranged units to cover the whole bid. But there are ways of challenging that, and it generally occurs with spreading out your units such that the defender has to thin out his defense and spread it out, and also look in multiple directions at once. That way you can try and pick off units, and you can also just try and rush the bid line just to get in for those 3 seconds. And with the shotgunner as well, this can be a pretty easy strategy. Well, not easy, but a pretty effective way of fighting against such a large bid like this.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't we look at turn 1?
Yep. And nice start there for Wonder Hero, getting 2 kills.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what Faddish was thinking there. Really poor initial placement of his units, and from there he should be auto-ignoring the sniper in every case. There's no reason why all the MGs basically shouldn't be ignoring that sniper at the very start of turn 1. So why don't we look at turn 2?
Yep. And some more nice moves by Wonder Hero there. Got a huge concentration of firepower, and he's got basically everything covered.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't see any possible openings for Faddish here. So why don't we look at turn 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And you can see Wonder Hero's just hanging back, using the rocket to keep opening line of sight more and more. And for that reason, gets the kill on the MG there. And now his task is really easy, as he just basically has to point his number 1 MG. He doesn't even have to do that. He doesn't really have to do anything at this point. So why don't we look at turn 4?
Yep. And he gets the final kill and wins the game.
Yeah. Nice play from Wonder Hero. Although I think he outclassed his opponent quite considerably there. And we get to see the final game of that match. A disputed game.
Yeah, interesting map here. I'd say it's almost a Faddish advantage, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because he starts off controlling the most space, basically, and like I was commenting on earlier, Wonder Hero will always have to engage into already controlled space in order to actually fight for his own positioning. So why don't we look at turn 1?
Yep.
And looks like Wonder Hero sends his number 3 MG to scout.
Yeah, one thing that's silly on Faddish part is his number 1 MG continues to be on continue on site even after it's gotten into position.
Oh yeah, that's true. Those are the kind of little errors you just don't really want to be making. You always want to optimize your turn. Meneth, a bunch of people in chat have been mentioning that basically the IRC is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we look at turn 2? I like what Wonder Hero is doing. Though I wonder what his number 1 MG is going to be doing. Alright, nice. So he goes right. Wow. That was a fantastic turn from Wonder Hero. We should watch that again.
I am. And yeah, he does a nice distraction on the bottom there and manages to flank Faddish's MG, mostly due to bad positioning on Faddish's part, as he should have been aiming up there as well, as he's got a large enough view cone to basically cover everything. And if he had, he'd still lost, I think, since Wonder Hero has a bigger cover advantage here. But
yeah,
still.
yes. Yeah. Sorry, I was just mentioning something to the strike, so I kind of zoned you out for a second. But anyway, sorry, Mena. But you can see there that Fadish's MG got focused on the units running around in that building, and for that reason, also because I think he kind of screwed up the aim command on all of his MGs, basically. Didn't anticipate a possible flank, like Wonder Hero's doing right now. For those reasons, he gets a unit taken out, and now to his number 2 MG is gonna have to move as well. So you can see that's how Wonder Hero fights back into a solid, like sort of static defensive formation, is to do a lot of just create a lot of movement and inject some dynamism into the position. Anyway, let's look at turn 3.
Yep. And Wonder Hero now has a pretty nice position, though Fadish still has control over a pretty large area.
Yeah, tell me if my voice gets bad. Yeah, anyway.
Is the music working fine? I need to know, because if the music is working, it's on Niche's end, and if it isn't working properly, it's on my end.
Let me just,
well,
quit out of my email program there. Maybe that'll...
Can't hear the music. I'll just turn the music up to max for a little while here. Okay, the music is bad as well. I'll fix this, just give me a moment here.
So it's not my fault.
No, for once it isn't your fault. It's Tinrod's fault.
As usual.
There, now it should be working again.
Okay, so we're good? It's bad?
I think Ethan is just late to the show.
Okay.
Things are working again. Right, let's watch turn 4 then. And another nice distraction thingy, movement thingy on Wonder Hero's part there.
Yeah. And you can see, one of the other things that's, that you'll always see good players doing, well, in general, you'll see the best players doing when they run a distraction play, is that they don't just run a distraction play. You know, they don't just leave a unit out and then bring it back to where it was. They have that unit, like, they get the most out of that unit's movement. And you can see what he does is he runs the unit down, make sure he's distracting everyone, and takes the position behind cover there. So really just nice play all around. And this game is completely locked up. All he has left to do basically is just use his numerical advantage to just overpower that last remaining MG, and he can win the game that way. He can win the game a number of different ways, but that's just the clearest route in my opinion. So let's look at turn 5.
Yeah, just give me a moment here. Spotify decided it wanted to crash. Very nice of it.
Yeah, and he just goes for really simple distraction to win the game.
Let me just watch that. Yeah. Indeed, the Wonder Hero-a-thon or something. The Wonder Hero Day, the Wonder Hero Rama, the Wonder Hero Fest.
Yeah.
He's German, right? So let's go with Wonder Hero Fest.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Wonder Hero is another, just a fantastic player. I mean, he's always busy. I would say to challenge him for all the newer players, but he's just generally quite busy with DGL matches. So, you know, I mean, challenge him. He might not play it, but play in the DGL, and you know, if you do well, you're likely to face Wonder Hero. So, all right. So the next game is Wonder Hero versus Watch the Snub. Watch the Snub.
The Shrike wants us to show one of his matches against Wonder Hero.
What? But this
But it's not finished, so
Oh.
fuck you, the Shrike.
Yeah.
Right. There. Watch this now.
Yeah, Watch the Snub is another really good player. You always see him in the DGLs. Has not yet won one yet. I had the nice opportunity to do a Google Hangout with him and to Shrike the other night, and
you
it was a
didn't
blast.
invite me once again. Fuck you.
It was too late, dude. You were asleep.
Too late,
was like-
right.
It was like 5 in the morning my time. We would have invited you if you were around. Absolutely. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Shrike was really drunk. He was like so intoxicated. I had to go downstairs and get some beers for myself, and there was no way I was gonna catch up with him. He was playing on his drunk Smurf, which I'm 1-1. I'm one win, one loss against Shrike's drunk. Shrike while drunk. And I'm going to refuse to play his drunk account from now on. Anyway, why don't we look at turn number 1?
Okay.
And
Interesting sniper moves on Wonder Hero's part.
yeah, it looks like. What do you think he was doing there? Scouting.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And he gained some really valuable information that he probably could have guessed that sniper position from Watch the Snub. It's just one of the most natural places to put the sniper on this map. The only other place, which is actually quite good, would be at the top right of of the map. But I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, he does get his other units into good position here. I like what both players are doing, basically. So why don't we look at turn 2?
Yep.
Oh,
Nice sniping there.
what happened? Oh, looks like, yeah, we ran. He ran a distraction, and you can see, once again, he runs a distraction play, but at the same time, like, that's not all he's doing. And he does it because he's scouted the position now of the other units, and he moves the MG to the weak area while distracting his opponent's sniper. This ensures also, if the distraction doesn't work and the sniper actually gets taken out from this, which is quite possible, to be honest, this ensures that you at least get some sort of positional compensation if it doesn't work. So that's just something that newer players should always be aware of, is that when you run a distraction play, you always want to get the most out of it, and do something else with the distracting unit beyond just standing there in your opponent's sight.
Yeah. Turn 3 now.
Turn 3.
And he gets in a nice position there, and he's basically bypassed Watch the Snub's defenses.
Yeah. This should be an easy win here, just due to the fact that, yeah, like you said, he has just basically bypassed all of Watch the Snub's defenses. So why don't we look at turn 4?
Yep. He actually runs a small distraction to get the grenade guy past as well.
Yeah, very nice. And and now it's just completely
He did
won.
lose his sniper, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, at that point you don't worry. The sniper has done its job basically, and it can't rush the bid line, so it's pretty much just dead weight.
Yeah.
So why don't we look at turn 5?
And he's basically won the match now, I think. Oh, almost takes out Wash the Snub's MG,
Yeah,
but still, there's not
really.
much Wash the Snub can do now, as only one of his MGs is within range to actually do anything, and that will just get slaughtered by Wonder Hero's MG and grenade.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's look at turn 6 and see how the game ends.
Interestingly, Wonder Hero wasn't looking up at all with his
Well, he
MG,
doesn't.
so he could have gotten flanked from behind there, but then again,
Yeah.
Wash the Snub wouldn't have gotten the kill on the grenade launcher in time, so
Yeah, exactly. That's the big point there.
yeah,
So
Wash the Snub simply didn't have the time to kill
yeah,
both units.
yeah. So really nice game there. Always like to see games from both of those players. And it looks like we're gonna see some more because it looks like you've picked the entirety of their match
Yeah.
together. So
And
nice
next up is
pick.
Disputed.
I'm all right. There we go.
Yeah, we'll look at that later in the strike. And in this match, I think Wash the Snub has a slight advantage since he has the shotgunner. Not a lot of cover on his side of things though, but not a lot of cover on Wash the Snub's side either.
Yeah. The map here, once again, like pretty considerably. Well, I don't know, a slight advantage to start off the game for Watch the Snub. Not only having the snipe or the shotgun, but also the position is quite good for him. So, why don't we look at turn 1?
Yep.
And both players do pretty standard stuff here. I really like Watch the Snub's aggression here. This is something that players often overlook, is that when you have this open area covered by a sniper, you can often feel pretty safe just running your MG and your shotguns just right through the area without any real worry of getting picked off.
Yeah.
So
Let's just watch turn 2.
okay.
And Wash the Snub now has a pretty nice position. Takes out an MG, but does lose his shotgunner. I mean his sniper.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Another distraction there.
Yeah. Really nice. That's really well played there from Wonder Hero. He must have scouted the sniper, or just guessed. No, he scouted it last turn. Okay. Anyway, why don't we look at turn 3? I really like what Watch the Snub is doing though. Except unfortunately doesn't take the right route towards the left side and gets his shotgun taken out. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay. And so now, well,
he still
you can
does
see
have
Watch
a
the
pretty
Snub.
nice position though.
Yeah, he does. If he can just hold on here for another turn, he could very well force a draw or even try and win the game, just because he does have such a huge space advantage. So why don't we look at turn 4? And yeah, he does just hold on really to his position, and
Well, some lucky spawns for Wonder Hero there, I think.
yeah,
3 are
and
on
this
his
is-
half, and 1 is almost exactly in the middle.
yeah. So now you can see here that basically Watch This Nub has 2 boxes. And Wonder Hero has 2 boxes. And the box under dispute is that one right in the middle in that open space. Now, so what he can try and do is to grab the 2 boxes, and the 2 boxes, actually that's not going to work. Basically, Watch This Nub is in a position where he's going to have to, I mean, probably the right play here is to try and engineer a draw, because he is a unit down, and that middle box is going to be pretty much impossible to get. So why don't we look at turn 5?
Yep. And he takes 2 of the boxes but dies.
Okay. Yeah,
so
and
now it's pretty much lost.
Yeah, that was definitely not the right play.
It almost worked though.
Yeah, see the thing is, I was about to say last time and I was like, oh, it's not going to work, because it just doesn't. If you can take 2 boxes with 1 unit, have it leave, and then just run your last unit out to grab that final box, that's a way to force a draw. But because of the way that the boxes spawned, that just really wasn't possible. So, I mean, his only hope really was to gather up that box and just hold the fort on that middle box for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So, let's go into turn 6. And, you can see Wonder Hero just plays it safe. He doesn't really need to do anything too special here, and I'm already on turn 8, where Wonder Hero does finally track him down, just by, slowly closing in on that area.
So yeah, very nicely played by Wonder Hero here.
Yeah.
A mix of bad luck and a bit bad play on Watch This Nub's part.
Yeah. Definitely the Watch This Nub really had a nice chance, but if he had picked a better route for that shotgun to run, just running it straight out there to engage a unit behind cover, it's definitely not the best decision, and something that he must have just severely overlooked, because that's the kind of thing you would want to test.
Yeah. Let's go on to their last match, and after that we've got another 2 matches.
Excuse me.
And another huge bid by Wonder Hero here.
That's incredible. I'm surprised. I was less surprised that he made such a bid against Faddish, but someone like Watch This Nub.
Yeah, but once again,
that's the kind of bid that you make with a certain degree of.
Yeah, but once again, this is a bid without any really huge vulnerabilities here. I'd drop the 3 boxes the most to the right, but other than that, there's not really any real vulnerabilities here.
Yeah,
and even those boxes on the right aren't really vulnerable either, so
I think I think just that like a large amount of space represents a vulnerability. Anyway, I am kind of stuck unloading the game. So why don't we I'll just cast from the from the stream here, which I have open.
Okay. Some nice positioning on Wonder Hero's part here. He's got a lot covered with his shotgunner near the top here, and he's got a lot of space covered with his MG as well. Seeing as he's facing upwards, he's got the advantage against any MG behind cover. Here, as it can't immediately turn around, so he'll have stillness advantage and so on. So, nice position.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the first turn here.
Okay.
And no one actually gets any kills. And yeah, Wonder here still has a pretty nice position here. He's got the top of his area covered nicely. And his shotgunner is also preventing anyone from going out through that doorway, I think.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that Watch the Snub didn't choose to spawn in the area further to the top. If you want to try and perform that strategy where you sort of thin out the, your opponent's defense, you have to be very patient. You have to do, you have to do it from kind of far away. Is probably the best way to go about it. But anyway, why don't we just hop into the next turn, or you can while I'm rebooting the game.
And he gets 2 kills with his shotgunner there. How Washington managed to run into that, I have no idea, seeing as it is light.
Yeah, that's really odd. I have no idea what he was thinking there. And I kind of expect more from Watch the Snub. But I mean, everyone has their bad games, obviously. So it looks like Wonder Hero has won the game now, and it should be terribly easy for him to just camp out the bid area and win.
Yeah. And there, it's over.
Alright. And I've gotten back into the game.
Congratulations at the very end. So, right, let's do the strikes game. Let me just see if I can find it, or the strike. No, I found it. So, it's, give me a moment, 280806, and he just sent it in IRC as well.
Okay.
And it's a charge.
Alright.
Interesting teams here. 3 MGs and a shotgunner on Wonder Hero's side, while the Shrike has one of his MGs replaced by a rocket launcher. Slight advantage for the Shrike, I'd say, but not a lot of walls to actually blow up here, and no extremely predictable ways of moving here. So it's a much smaller advantage than it could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And both players make very natural bids. It looks like they both are about the same in length, and Shrike just manages to win it. Now, I heard that they always same bids are always given to player 1. Is that the case? Excuse me. That if you both bid the same number of lines,
then it's a 50-50 chance.
Oh, it's just random?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I'm not sure if that's actually possible in Charge. It's quite possible that the lines are a bit different thickness, but I'm not sure. But that's what happens in Secure, at least, if you bid the exact same area size.
I've noticed too that sometimes one side gets a little bit of space before their first bid line.
Yeah, quite possible.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the first turn.
Okay.
And close rocket there, but not quite. And the Shrike has a pretty nice position here. He's covered a lot of area with his MGs, and his shotgunner is soon close enough to be a bit useful.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna finish this game, and then I gotta go. I just got a call from my dad on my cell phone, and he's going through. He's basically taking care of my grandmother right now, who's in the hospital. So after
I
this
understand.
game, I'll need to tend to that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So on turn 2,
And we only got a single other game, so we can just drop that and end on once this is done. So let's just watch
Okay.
turn 2.
Yeah, and it looks like we get a trade there, but to Shrike gains a massive advantage here, just sending his shotgun all the way across. Really nice idea there. That he must have had from the very beginning of the game. Super smart strategical decision. Using the cover on that half wall, and then blowing up the wall and running over.
Yeah.
That's a really nice read on the map from Shrike. Big props, man.
Yeah,
That
and
was
now we can just
one of the cooler plays that we've seen on FSL, I think.
yeah, and now we can just duck down behind there, for example. And yeah, he can just duck around the corner of the cover there, and he should be able to kill anything coming to get him, especially since he's got the MG covering the top as well. He's able to get in the other way. What other way? There's
There's only one way.
There's no other way.
Yeah. Oh, was not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So nice work from the Shrike there.
And yeah, he
getting his little bit of
He
Wonder
doesn't actually
Heroes.
duck down there. That surprises me a little bit, since he's now somewhat vulnerable to an MG just outranging him. While if he'd ducked down there, the only way to engage him would be to come from the top above him here, and then he'd basically be able to kill anything.
Yeah. But you can see on the remaining turns, he ducks. So
Yeah.
anyway, fantastic game from the Shrike there.
And he gets another kill with the rocket as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Just super smart. I love even how he plans the rocket to leave just a little sliver of that wall there, just in case when he was running his running his shotgun across. You know, that little sliver of the wall could have broken line of sight for a crucial period of time. So,
yeah.
Nice game, man.
Yeah, very nicely played, the Shrike. Congratulations on your win. Very well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching, and I hope I see you all on Saturday when we'll be covering DGL number 12, if it's hopefully done by then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, hopefully. I think they're already, I looked at the games, I think they're already playing, and they are actually already 1-1. So, you know, everyone who's interested should keep watching for that, so.
yeah, thank you all for watching, and have a nice weekend in a couple of days.
Yeah, we'll see you again on Saturday.
Goodbye.